Hey guys, welcome to An Actor's Notebook, and this week we're going to talk about workshops and the benefit of doing workshops or classes, and also kind of like the downfalls of doing them at certain points. But before we start, I want to tell you guys that I'm going to be uploading videos every Tuesday and Saturday, so you can look forward to those. If you watch, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you know every time I post. And I hope these videos are helping you guys a little bit. Yeah, so here we go. Workshops. You'll often see actors want to do like workshops or classes to kind of brush up on their skills. Those can be great. I took some workshops at Stella Adler, which I really enjoyed. I got to meet some fascinating people, so that's always great. You get to meet people that are also kind of outside of maybe your normal realm of like acquaintances. So it's also a good place to network and just meet new people and learn new things. I went to one at Stellar Adler, a voice class actually, and I got to meet this woman who was like 57, and she's been a voice actor for like 20 years, and she was just brushing up on her skills, which was fantastic. She was phenomenal. I got to meet people who never acted before in their life, but just had something when they started doing their monologues. It was just natural and beautiful, and sometimes remembering to free yourself up from like the structures that are built when you're studying and everything that's going on in your mind. Sometimes actors can be too much in their mind and not in their body. You often find actors who don't have any training are the freest when it comes to it, because there's no wrong to them, which is there's no wrong, period. But that's always a great thing to note and to learn and to remember when you're working with someone else. However, if you're going to do workshops or classes right after you just got out of your MFA, your Master's in Fine Arts in Acting, or your BFA, or just even a BA, or just after you've done maybe a conservatory 2-year acting regiment, it's not really needed for you to go to a workshop or to classes after you've done that. Actually, it can kind of be a downfall, because you're not being able to hone the skills which you've been learning for those past years that you've been studying acting. Of course, you've been maybe doing shows if you're in a BFA, MFA, conservatory, anything like that. You've been doing shows, and that's great. You can hone skills in that way, but you haven't had no real world industry kind of experience with honing those skills. So instead of going to workshops and classes, you just have to kind of believe in yourself, and believe in your training. You know what to do. You're good. Go out there and just try it for a little bit. Go to a couple auditions, a few each week, and just get yourself out there, get yourself known, get yourself seen. And then also you learn a lot about the audition experience by doing that. So I highly recommend that before you start doing any workshops. Now, workshops and classes are great to brush up on. They're great, again, for networking. You can do workshops with world-renowned directors, which is great. You never know, that's another connection that you have. But if you're doing it right after you've just finished studying and you're learning a different technique, or maybe even a technique you already know, you can when you push too hard and you're trying to learn something too much and you're not actually applying it, there's no benefits. So go out there and try your best to just audition and use the skills. You know what to do. Your body and your mind knows. Just go out there and do your best. I'm sure you're gonna do great. For those of you who haven't studied acting before and you're thinking about doing a class just to kind of get your feet in the water, see if this is really what you want, and you think you can be benefited by learning some techniques and some phrases, which is acting. When you get to the techniques and phrases, it's a whole nother world. Like, it's a whole nother language. When I talk to my mom or my sisters, whether it's be film or just theater, like I use some of the technical terms and they're like, what are you saying? So it is nice to know what they're saying, especially if you even if you're an actor who's never done any like technical theater work, you should know what they're saying. You should be able to speak to your technicians on set and know when something is about to drop on your head and you know all the technical terms for that. So that's another good thing to note. But and if you're just trying to like do a class or a workshop just to see, like, again, if you like it, absolutely go for it. I suggest you spend the money and just find out. Acting is a craft like anything else. You have to work on it. You have to learn it. You can be the most talented natural gift talent in the room, but someone else can just have like a sprinkle of talent but have been honing their skills and get the job. So I suggest, get out there, learn some of the techniques. This is the field that you want to be in. You wouldn't want to walk onto Wall Street and be like, hey, I need a job at this level because this is the job I always wanted. This is my dream job. And you know nothing. None of the terms, none of the language, or the interpals behind what's going on. So it can be very beneficial. So I just suggest maybe putting out the money, take a few classes, see if you like it. And if you do, maybe you want to study it in school, maybe you want to go back to school, maybe you just want to go out there and try it for yourself. Absolutely. There are some people who've never gone to school and still do amazing like, or don't even go to school for acting and they still do amazing. Most people do take workshops and classes just so they can hone their skills, so I highly encourage that. But yeah, workshops are great. You can find them pretty much everywhere. You can find them on Backstage. They'll have a lot of workshops in Backstage, which I mentioned earlier. I always mention that because it's amazing. You can also look up certain schools. Certain schools may have a summer program. I know Yale does. They have a summer program for actors to come in. You can try Stella Adler. They have amazing classes. There's some actors who I know who do private lessons. If you want to do a lesson, that's also amazing. So they're out there. Just look for them, search some schools near you, and then see if they have a summer gig or a week class. Some of them will do like 14 weeks or 7 weeks learning film, how to act for the camera, stuff like that. So those are great. If you're interested, go ahead and try it. I say there's definite pros and cons depending on where you are. So I hope this helped you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and press the like button if you liked it. You can press dislike if you didn't. I'm an actor, I can take it. It's fine. But I hope I helped you guys a little bit, and I will see you guys next time.